Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents, to the 450th episode of the Couch Co-op Show.
My goodness.
Woo, 450 fucking episodes. How wild is that?
Oh,
That
That's
is
one a week for
wild.
9 years.
I know.
Almost. If you take out Christmas and New Year.
I'm Ian. That's Dave. That's Nick. Aaron should be here. He said he was going to be here. And then Jared's going to pop in way late. He's dealing with a sick mother. And so he's got to juggle all his children. So he's, he's going to be way behind. And that would dictate that we lock him out if it was the JPK protocols. But we're not going to lock him out because it's a celebration episode. 450 episodes. But before we get into any of that jovial nonsense, how's everyone doing this weekend? How's everyone doing?
Good. Just recovering from the long road trip yesterday out to Central Oregon, and I'm sure we'll see more of that later.
And all the beers and all the
Yep.
all the tomfoolery that was happening.
Yep.
How about you, Nick? What do you get up to?
Not a whole lot of anything. Just still trying to nurse a little bit of back pain from last week. So,
What, you were going to say nurse a beer from last week?
yeah, there was some of that. There was a little bit of that this weekend. And
So no yard work this weekend? You took it easy?
no, I didn't even mow the lawn, which would have been like the easiest thing. But that
You can come and do mine. Mine needs some mow. It's a little crazy right now.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, I mean, I mean, hopefully your back is feeling better. It's not too bad, I hope.
oh no, it's like
Rest is good.
it's a lot better. I mean, yeah, I guess, but it seemed like it always felt worse if I just kind of like laid around, did nothing, rather than
It always felt
Like,
bad
it
when you
seemed
had to
like-
do
Yeah.
something. Like when it was like, honey, do this. I say, oh, my back is really bad right now. I couldn't possibly be bothered to do that right now.
Yeah. Only my left
Oh.
hand's working.
Yeah.
Let's see,
only-
pour the beer.
it's a weird thing. It's like all these nerves in my back, they're like affecting everything except my drinking arm.
Oh my God, look at this. My thumb works. I can play Balatro now, though.
Yeah.
I can use it.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. I don't know
Well, I
how it
think
happened.
I think I'm in 13 hours now on Balatro.
Woo!
That definitely sucked me in.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's a kind of, I like though that it's not a game I have a hard time switching off. Like I'll play one or two hands and then I switch off because I think it kind of annoys me sometimes, especially when you get that last hand where it's like you can just play one round.
Oh,
and
that, yeah. With
That one
bl-
always finishes me off because I'm like,
That one blind, yeah. That
Yeah.
boss, yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Mm.
yeah. So
Yeah. I think Bryn's playing it right now. I think Bryn must have 50 hours in the goddamn game at this point. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting close to 20, but do you know how many hours you have into it, Nick?
Last I checked, it was 10.
Oh, you're
That
doing pretty
was-
good too, though.
Yeah.
You're getting, for a guy who doesn't play a lot of video games, you're playing a lot of video games.
Yeah.
What do you like? What's keeping you in?
Because I want to make it through and
Yeah.
get through all the antes.
yep.
I would say don't be afraid to skip them. You get good buffs for skipping them. So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there's so if you can play it, but if you hit down, there's like a little tag, and then the tag will say like what you can get, and sometimes they'll say next round free jokers, or next round all cards are free, or
Oh, I didn't notice.
yeah,
I
you should
didn't
look
notice
down
that.
to so you can't skip the boss ones, but you can skip the small and the big blind. Yeah, so
Oh, and you actually get something decent. For
yeah,
doing
so
it.
it'll like proc something. So just make sure you pay attention to that, guys. A little more high level
okay.
playing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say skip it all the time because you want to get some money, You know,
Right.
you want to buy
Yeah.
stuff. You should all. I think Bryn's big thing to me is always like always be buying stuff, like always. And
Yeah.
then don't get happy with your jokers. Sell your jokers if you feel you get a better one. Always feel, just buy stuff. But yeah, don't
Yeah.
be afraid to skip one if you feel like I don't need to do this one. You know,
also-
that very first one you play. I usually skip it because you can usually get some kind of cool thing that'll, whatever. But
I'll have to look at that because I skipped it the first time and I don't remember getting anything for it. So I
yeah, you
didn't
just
bother the
gotta
next
you just gotta kind of pay attention to what it is. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's something cool, maybe it's nothing important at
time.
all.
Maybe it's just me. Yeah.
Can you see what it is before you actually skip it?
Yeah, you just select down,
okay.
and it tells you what it is, and then it's like, nah, or yes, I want that. Yeah, so you just gotta pay
Yeah,
attention.
you're like, that one's definitely mine.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the fucking video game talk you're gonna get tonight. But that allows us to put Balatro in the tags so we get all the views again because
Yeah.
Balatro is for some reason Balatro just gets us a bunch of views. Anyway.
It's such a fun game.
Yeah.
Over a year later.
Yeah, I don't need it on my phone or anything. That would just kill
You
me.
might need it. Anyway, yeah, this is the Couch Co-op podcast, Couch Co-op Show podcast. We're on all the major platforms, Audible, Spotify, iTunes. Also, you can find us on youtube.com/milkmanpictures. But yes, this is indeed the 450th episode of the Couch Co-op Show podcast, which is
Goodness.
wild that we've been
That is-
doing it.
Does that include the YouTube show or those extras on top of that?
It doesn't include that.
Didn't think
Well,
it did.
Well, here's the funny thing. It doesn't
When we were all
include
younger
that.
and
It
more
doesn't
handsome.
include that in the podcast part, but on YouTube it does. But on YouTube we didn't put all the podcasts on YouTube. So
Mhm.
like the Couch Co-op show is at 300 or like 2 something, and then like the podcast is at 450. So
Yeah, it was audio only, wasn't it, for a long
yeah,
time?
For a long time it was audio only. But then we kind of merged them. So technically, I guess there's probably a little bit more, but not a lot more, because we didn't do a lot of episodes of that. So
No.
yeah. So so this episode is going to be kind of a weird episode because we're just going to kind of reminisce, and we're going to talk about the present, and we're going to talk about the future of the show. And I think really what I should do is just talk about the future of the show now to get it out of the way. I think it's hard to I don't know, this is weird. We're gonna end the show, everybody.
Yep. It's
For-
coming
for-
to an end eventually.
For some of you out there that still listen to us as a podcast platform, the podcast of the show is going to end. But not right away. Not right away. We have another year. I would like the show to hit 500 episodes. I think that is a great goal. I like the idea of we like to label our little journey that we do in our car, the Couch Co-op Show 500. I would like the show to hit a proper 500 episodes.
Yep.
So that means about a year left of the show. I just, I think that's a cool way to go out. We want to land the plane. We all go out on top. Hopefully no one's dead. We're all going to be alive by the time the show goes out. It's like
no cancer scares.
yeah,
or
no,
any of that
we're not
rubbish.
gonna do any of that drama or not that that's bad, but there's I don't know if you've guys listened to any podcast where you've been listening to a podcast for so long that people have died, and it's just kind of ooh, I don't want that to be us.
We don't want to remind you of your mortality.
Yeah.
But more so, I think it's been a lot of well, I don't know. How do you guys just feel about that? Just the idea that I brought that to you guys, that I wanted to finish the show.
I think it's about time. Everything has its
Yeah.
season, and yeah, it's been a long season. When did we start this?
I mean, I know Dave's been pretty much since the beginning, 2014. He's been pretty much there since. I mean,
Yeah.
Nick might have a different opinion because he joined a lot later. But like, Dave, go ahead. You like 2014. Like that's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, back then we were playing Xbox 360. I mean, we were running around on Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, knifing each other, weren't we? And noob tubing.
Destiny beta, the original
Yeah,
Destiny beta.
Yeah, Destiny was just something that may take up all our time eventually.
Maybe. I think
Yeah.
I think Dave was still skeptical at that point. He wasn't playing the beta. He was like, I don't believe in any of this.
No, I wasn't into that at all. I remember playing the first level round at Jared's, and when he was living in that house he was renting, and
Yeah.
just being like, wow, this is actually really good. I think that was when I played it on his PlayStation 4, and I was like, this might be worth buying a PlayStation 4 for.
So Nick, you might have a different perspective. I mean, you've known about the show, but you joined it way later.
Yeah.
What is your thought when I brought it up to the group that I think we're ending this?
No, I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I mean, it's your show, and you get to do what you want with it. I'm just happy that you let me be a part of it for however long. So, I mean, it's like,
Sure.
I
guess I just want people I mean, if you think it's like, I also feel like, if people felt like, shortchanged or like, oh, I wanted to be a part of this, or like I wanted it to last longer, or like,
Yeah.
I want to hear all those. I mean, I didn't really listen. I made a decision, and that decision wasn't going to change. Like, everyone could have made an argument then, but I want to hear the arguments now just for content, I don't know, but I just feel like everyone's kind of ready for it to be done.
Yeah. I feel like I've slowed down a lot on the video game front, and just I don't know, this PlayStation 5 generation has not it's just not been as interesting. The late PlayStation 4 generation was really interesting. I really enjoyed Death Stranding, Control, and even though they were new games that felt like stuff I hadn't played before, whereas a lot of games recently I just feel like I've played this before, or been there before. So
and the uncanny valley between graphics has just gotten so incredible that it's like everything just looks great. I mean, I know things, if you really look at it, looks awesome, but everything just looks great now.
Yeah,
so it's just
the gap between good and awesome isn't that much as it used to be.
It's just I mean, unless you really sit there and look at it, it's like, holy fuck, that's incredible. And you really, but if you're just playing a game, it's like it's starting to get more and more like it's not that important anymore. It's just
it also feels like they've refined the gunplay mechanics, because I was thinking back the other day to the PlayStation 1 generation, and how you had a bunch of different third-person shooter games, and they all had different controls and different schemes, and no one had really settled on it. Whereas now, pretty much every game, it's the same, X to jump, R1 to or L1 to zoom in.
Right.
It's very it's all variations on the very similar scheme. So
it's very rare when a game comes around that kind of just switch the mold, and you're like, oh, what? It's very rare when that happens.
Yeah. So anyway, it's what does they say in that movie Millennium? It's not the beginning of the end, it's the end of the beginning.
I think another reason, just before the pandemic, we had taken a long break. I think I'm notorious for being a kind of control freak. I think even if you go way back, I'm kind of a control freak, and even though I tried to give some creator control to the rest of the guys. I'd always butt up against them because I have a vision of what I think the show should be, and so maybe we would butt heads a little bit. And then kind of during the Scott era, there was a lot of butting heads and drama, and then it caused the show to go into this kind of hiatus for a while. And then the show kind of reemerged in the pandemic. And what was that? It was finding a way for us to connect with each other over Discord, and so that kind of was the rebirth of the show, but also the rebirth of the laziness of the show. Yeah. Because we stopped going to each other's places, obviously because of COVID, but it made making the show super easy.
Yeah. Because I've still got the version 1.0.
Oh yeah, the old kit.
And it's like one of those flight racks for audio equipment with like 4 spaces or 8 spaces. I needed a little cart for it, and it's got like 6 microphones and a mixing board and a noise cancelling that didn't have enough channels. It was good if there were just 4 of us, but I used to cart that thing around all the time.
I think what's wild about the whole COVID situation is that then, it made us, obviously we can reconnect safely. We could do the show again. And it just, because it was so easy, we didn't have to go each other's places. We could just do it every week.
And we were also playing a lot more video games.
And we were playing a lot more video games at that point. So like there was like this
much else to do. Yeah, it was like watch TV and
massive ramp up. So it seemed like an awesome fit. The other problem, though, with COVID is that everyone else was in that. And then because of that, everyone else was also then making a podcast. We had been making a podcast for so long and doing pretty well.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, we were still doing well. And then we got hammered by the fact that there were just, all the celebrities are doing podcasts now.
Yep.
And it's just like makes our podcast incredibly irrelevant, even more so than it was before. It just became like, well, we're still doing this thing. We're still getting we're not quite getting, and it just became this steady, slow slope of like, and then and I was never going to be the guy that wanted to make money off of it. Like, no matter how much another person in our podcast group that left wanted me to like make this a thing, I don't give a shit about that. I'm not trying to sell all of us. Also, I don't want to try and split money between all of us. That seems maddening.
Right.
Yeah, you're on 1 week. Do we wait till the end of the year?
Yeah, right.
Tally up how many minutes everyone smoked.
Right?
Yeah,
hey, guys, I'm taking all the money because I was here every day. You guys, fuck it. Anyway. But anyway.
Tale as old as time.
It just became... So it just we became less and less relevant because we weren't pushing sponsorship, and because we weren't pushing sponsorship, I feel like they weren't pushing our show, and because they weren't pushing our show, we just got less and less views. So it just became this thing where like, what I was fine with, we're still just friends hanging out, talking about games and having everything was still kind of hanging out. First of all, I'll take a moment to pause. Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
Drinking. Good.
Oh, the Zoigle Porter is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a surprisingly good porter, isn't it?
It is. It's surprisingly good.
It's sturdy, though. My God, it's 7%. I never had a porter that strong in a while.
Yeah,
it doesn't taste like 7%.
It's quite nice and malty and chocolatey in a good way.
I know. Yes, I agree. I've been good, though. Good.
Stellar, I'll let these guys respond. I'll ask you to respond really quickly. So the show is wrapping up. This is the 450th episode of the show.
Yep.
We just made the announcement that we're going to land the plane at 500 episodes.
Yeah.
When you found out that the show was finally going to end, did you have any opinions about that? Any thoughts?
Yeah. Honestly, it's been a long thing, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I love doing this show, but it's like, it was great doing in person. I kind of miss doing in person, but also this is nice too, like you were saying, because it didn't have to worry about making it on time due to traffic or whatever. But on the same note, it's like how long can you do a show? I mean, yes, you could do it forever if you really want to do it that way, but at some point you're gonna be like, okay, I can't do this anymore, or I don't want to do this anymore, just because like you want to start hanging out with people again. It's not having a not agenda, but like
Right.
a thing.
I don't
You
want
wanna
to
hang out
force you
just to
guys to
hang
do
out.
it anymore, but I also don't want the show to like just end randomly for no reason.
Right, kind of like The Sopranos, where it just ended. Boom.
I want us to go out on our own. Like, this is what
Yes.
we're doing. This is it.
Yes,
We have 50 more episodes to go out on. Let's do these.
Yes.
Let's have fun. Let's make these 50
Just
episodes,
enjoy them. Yeah.
and then just
I
land the
agree.
plane and say like, "Peace out." You know.
I agree. Just
Uh,
because it makes sense. I mean,
Well, it's
It's-
funny. It's funny because like so Aaron actually ties into a lot of this decision. It's not like really your fault, Aaron, but like
I know.
because of a certain other character that we had in the show, because of that drama, I almost wanted to like just end the show then. Like there was a part of me like I had written this whole like goodbye speech and be like, and I was just like, there was a
don't need
part of
the
me.
drama.
There was a part of me that was just like, I don't need this anymore. Like I don't understand. Like why did this even happen? How did this get so out of
This
hand?
is meant to be fun.
Yeah, like what the fuck? How did this happen?
Right.
And then
right.
at the last moment, I was just like, no. Just don't make it more drama, Ian.
Think. Yeah. I
Suck
get
it
Wow.
in.
Is
Suck
that
it in.
first, Ian?
Well,
You
I
didn't
know,
make it more drama.
right. Don't make
Yeah,
it
we
more
did.
drama. But this is a fact. I don't know if I still have the thing I wrote, but I just like suck it in. And also I don't want to end the show that way. I want this show to go
Yeah.
off
the
on a
positive
fucking
note, yeah.
positive.
The bang,
Like
yeah.
our goal is 500 fucking episodes, and we are going to
That's-
get. So if all you guys fucking die on the way to 500, then that's different. That's a whole different
Oh.
fucking thing. That's the trek to 500.
We'll-
but
We'll do the last man standing.
we'll do
yeah.
it. We'll do it. But like, I like Couch Co-op Show 500. We've always called our kind of like
Yeah.
gambler GT tour the Couch Co-op Show 500.
Right.
I want to get to 500 episodes. I want that to be a thing. I like that as a goal. And like, you
Is
know,
there something you're not telling
We'll
us?
get
Is
there.
it going to be like Squid Games?
no. But
No red light, green
as,
light,
much,
die.
as much as you guys might want that, no,
Couch
I
Co-op,
just
Survivor.
Couch Co-op ending at 450 shows seems incredibly lame. Like,
Yeah. I
but
could see that.
I think
It needs a 500.
announcing it here at 450 episodes, like that means this next year, the year here, you know, it's just like everyone's ready. We're counting down,
Yep.
and we're gonna get to 500 episodes. And you know, I want to do some cool stuff. So you guys have some cool ideas, let me know. I would love to do anything, like whatever it is. I would love to do it. I'd love to hear your, you know, just hit me in the DMs and send me your ideas. And I like to do some more crazy stuff. You know, I really want to get. I mean, we need to get that Saboteur episode in. I really want to do that. There's all kinds of cool stuff I would love to do, but yeah, I just want to make it fun and crazy.
I
and
agree.
We should all fire up Destiny.
We
Oh,
should.
God,
we should
so
all
bad.
fire up Destiny and see if we can all play it together. That'd be fucking wild.
That'd be funny to
Try
see
and run through
what-
a
Yeah,
raid.
if it's like
Oh,
a
boy.
ghost. Yeah, if it's like a ghost town and
Oh, I'm sure it's a
yeah.
ghost town.
us lot all running through that raid, I'm sure I still can't jump. In fact, it's probably got worse. You know.
Yeah, it's
No,
fine.
that'd be great. That'd be great. But yeah, I mean, but like looking back on the show, what are some of your, you know, I know Nick is relatively new, but what are just some of your kind of thinking back on the show? What is your kind of thoughts of the show? Like when the show is over and your, you know, your grandchildren, like, what is this
I do
couch
sometimes
co-op?
think
What is
if,
this
like,
couch co-op show,
Yeah.
Grandpa?
Oh, we were young and dumb.
But yeah, what
I would say young, but we're definitely
what do
young.
you tell
No,
people?
I really like. I mean, like the early ones, we had we'd have
Oh, man.
a lot of guests, and then we had a lot of like, you know,
Yeah,
top tens and top fives, didn't we? For early on,
We
and
sure
then it
did.
became more into. Like,
Fives
I remember
and threes, yeah.
sitting around the captain's table. It was like that big conference table.
Oh yeah. Well, we
3 hours later.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, my butt fell asleep so many times
Yeah.
during those. Oh boy.
And then Jared's garage when it'd be like really hot.
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. I thought we did that outside. I could have swore we did it out there, but yeah.
No,
it
his
was
garage door would be open, and he had
yeah,
a
and
table in the
And
garage.
it'd be like, phew. And then it'd be really hot at mine as well, because it was like, I don't think any of us had air conditioning back then.
Mm-mm.
We would just like set up on the dining room table and go.
I remember doing it at my place. I still remember the episode where we tried the Rocky Mountain oysters episode. I was
my
before.
God.
Gosh, yeah, I remember that one. That was grim.
That was
Fucking-
at my old place off Barber.
Fucking Jared was like being a fucking bitch boy and wouldn't do it with us for some
Yeah,
reason.
he was so funny about
sacked-
that, wasn't he? He was
That
like,
day
no.
he was like, no, not doing it.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna sit over here in the back and fucking. It's like, what's
we need
wrong
to-
with you?
Actually, you know how
think
we
I
like to
sacked
set
up.
challenges when someone's not here.
Hey,
You wanna
maybe-
challenge him to
maybe-
eat
yeah.
Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yeah, maybe. we
Oh my
need,
god. Well, where would you get those now?
Oh well, don't worry
Jake.
about that, Aaron, because we're driving out to Montana this in
yeah.
June.
Oh.
We'll get him a fresh plate of Rocky Mountain oysters.
Montana. I thought you guys going to Idaho.
Oh, we might go further.
I think this is totally a brilliant idea. We've just
oh
had.
my
I'm
god!
not saying terrible. I'm just saying, like, where are you gonna?
I'm
hopefully
not
find something?
saying anything because I'm the ringleader. I'll let Dave propose.
Jared,
What is your Jared or Dave? What is your Jared challenge?
I think you should take a bite of a Rocky Mountain oyster and swallow
Rocky
it.
Mountain oyster.
And it can be jerkified, it can be cooked, it can be raw. Ugh,
You know,
if he really wants it, but he needs to just taste it. Everyone else on the couch has. And
hey,
so
I sacked
Yeah.
up. Pun intended. I ate his share.
You
It
haven't,
was
Nick.
not that.
Aaron
Huh?
liked the jerky balls.
It wasn't-
as I
it wasn't
remember
terrible.
it. Jared liked the jerky balls. Like
I
he
never
was like,
even- I
he
did.
was like,
I
that's
did.
not
tangy
too
and
bad.
salty, but yeah.
They were, like,
you get used to it. Yeah. They weren't bad. I mean, you just gotta get past the fact they're a pair of bull's balls. I mean, realistically speaking. Sure, they're a little
Oh,
tough.
man.
So Nick, do you
Oh.
need some Rocky Mountain oysters in your life as well?
They're
Is that
not
right?
terrible.
No.
Well,
See, he's
not
good
forever.
with it. He's-
see, well, that's the thing.
Would you
Like
have
I said,
eaten, okay, this aside. If you had
Okay.
been with the group at that point, would you have done the jerky with us? The test.
Oh, I don't know. Gosh.
We all did it except Jared.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Yeah.
did it.
He cowered out. He backed out
I-
big time.
And we just
I-
little, it's like, and we even cut it into little squares, so it wasn't like a whole piece. We like did little bite pieces.
It was kind of like wafer thin, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah, it was really
very
thin jerky. It was just
It
like
was
jerky. It literally just looked like jerky.
It was tough though.
Kind of round
Like, it was
jerk.
very tough.
It was a little tough.
Yeah, it was.
Mm.
But once
It
you
was
got past
tough.
that,
It was
yeah.
tough and gamey.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. But like I said, I didn't mind it. I mean, once you got past the mental thing of you're eating bull's balls, like let's be real, that doesn't exactly.
It
I
wasn't-
remember why you
It
ordered
wasn't
them.
that bad.
I think
No,
it was just to
exactly.
make you guys eat them. I really think that
I
That's
was
what
mean,
think
I
the
don't even.
challenge
We
had
don't
on
even
for-
know if that was what it was. I mean, Dave ordered it off some fucking website. I don't. It could have
Yeah,
been human beings. I don't know.
I had the snip. Maybe it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
I know
Aaron,
is-
that's a pretty big hill to try and climb over for me. I may have been
I
hanging
get
out with
it.
Jared
I
that
understand.
night.
I understand.
I don't think. I think you would have done it, Nick.
I think
No,
you probably
probably
would.
not. You've been team
I
Jared.
mean, it also
That's
just
okay.
depends on how many bottles deep I was in at that point.
Oh, we were a couple bottles, and you could have washed it down
Mhm.
right
Yeah.
away. That's the other thing. You could have washed it down right away. I
Yeah,
mean, none of us.
it wasn't like
none of
like
us-
that.
None of us really. I mean, I did eat 2 pieces of it just to like double, but it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Aaron was just fucking eating it, so it's just like okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What's funny is I took the remains of it into work the next day and I chopped it up into smaller pieces. I just left it on the plate in the break room with no note as to what it was.
Just jerky. Just jerky. Was it gone?
was it
Oh,
gone?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Well, if you don't know what it is, it's
That's
not
almost
terrible.
worse because it's like I killed a child, barbecued it, sliced it up, took it to work the next day. Everyone enjoyed it. It's just like, what?
Whoa,
That's really
that would
fucked up.
be that'd be a stretch.
I almost feel like you should have told people. Like, I mean, Dave, that's
I
probably
think
like
I did that. I think I did after the
Dave,
fact.
that's almost an HR violation. I almost think that might be an HR violation.
Well, except I mean,
It
it's
is
not like there was a
food,
no
it's
giving
jerky.
permit. Well, there was no permission given.
I mean,
Yep.
it is. Is it sanctioned by the FDA? It must be if it's jerky.
Yeah,
and
it
sold.
was USDA like great.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't really matter.
You
It's
gave
just meat.
people
I mean, it's just
bulls
chicken.
balls, but
It's just meat.
if they would have did it, you'd just been
I
sitting
mean,
it's
it's
there
not.
like, oh
It's
my
not
God,
the
why is you
meat.
making
It's the
bulls
balls. It's not
man?
actually the meat. It's the balls.
Oh.
But if it was the meat,
Hold
that
on,
might have.
something happened.
Like if it was the cock, like I don't know. Don't you eat? Isn't tiger cock like a delicacy?
I mean, I think people eat every part of the cow, so I'm sure people eat like maybe not
Tube
us.
steak
But,
too.
yeah.
All right, that's not even the conversation. That's
on
not
that
even why
note,
we're
yeah.
here. Jesus, holy shit! Oh,
You were saying favorite memories of.
it's a good
yeah, that
memory.
was
It's
a
a good
memory.
memory. It's a great memory. Was that Aaron's memory? Oh, Aaron's like figuring out his. How about you, Nick? You got anything? I mean, I know you've only been here for a short time.
Well, I remember my first appearance was like, I think one of the last actual gatherings in person.
With Brad, I think.
Yes, with Brad.
Wow, before the COVIDs.
Before the
Yeah, it
COVID.
was like, yeah, it was.
Final Fantasy Rebirth had just come out.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, there was that, and then we did Milkman Drinks a Beer in the Garage a little bit later with
Yes.
guest. Well, yeah, that was interesting because you also had because you mentioned guests earlier. So you always had like this list of questions for new people on the show,
Yeah.
and I just
Yeah.
remember I thought like, oh wow, I'm gonna nail it. I've been listening and just practicing in my head, and
Did we not
And it
ask
came-
you?
no, I think you kind of did, but
Oh,
maybe not.
did we not ask you?
I don't
all
know.
You'd have to go back and listen.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
only
I don't know. I just-
450 episodes, of which maybe I was in like 300 and something.
I thought I was going to be mentally prepared and just have a lot to say, and then we were just kind of like on stuff that I didn't really have much to say about. So then there was pretty much a statue there. That. Oh, see you later, Aaron. That
He
first
can't be
episode,
bothered.
but,
You know, Aaron can't be
Yeah.
bothered.
fighting technology.
He's like, screw 500. I'm doing 450.
yeah,
Peace out.
he's out.
Oh, and there he's back
do you
again.
do you think the show's benefited you guys in any way?
I'm a lot.
Um,
I mean, it's a lot easier to talk on the microphone than it used to be. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a lot less shy in that respect.
Be like a DJ. You could be a radio DJ now. Hey.
Hey. I don't know about that, but
DJ DAR.
I don't know.
I must admit though, I look at some of the early stuff and like photos of me, and it's definitely definitely got a lot more grey than not like you, Ian. You've not changed. It's like I don't know how you
That's
do this.
not
but
true.
I'm thinking just for men. You know, that's Ian's secret because like
I
Maybe
do
that
feel like
or not having
I do
kids.
feel like we really grew into this. Like we all really grew into our best radio DJ personas.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. It's funny.
Sorry, we're gonna have a top 40 counting backwards. Like, Casey
top
Kasem.
40.
Casey Kasem counting down.
And if one of us dies, we can have our death request or something like that. Or if we don't make it through the Couch Co-op 500 March.
What would
You make it sound like a
all right,
death
Nick?
march.
What would you like?
Constant
What would you
march.
like to happen if you died before we hit 500?
Oh, I don't know.
We should
I
all
just-
get really,
Just really hammered.
drunk and fall
Just
asleep.
really, just like fall
Just
asleep.
stream until we wake
We got
up.
like it's like a blackout. It's like couch co-op episode 400. What is it? What are we at? 450. Couch co-op episode 451. Everyone blackout drunk.
Yeah. No beer below 10%.
Yeah. Ian just chugging some Imperial Stouts.
Oh gosh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm doing right now.
Actually, I don't know if you've had this Brain Bucket. It's 9.2%. It's pretty good. I'd put it on par with like Hot Venom. I think I prefer Hot Venom, but
It's a little lower than that, but yeah. It starts out hot venomy, and then it turns into something else. I don't know, Aaron, what's going on with
Hot
your...
antidote.
are you there?
Let's try this again.
Oh, there you are. I hear you.
there he is. We can hear you.
Talk.
He looks man confused.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, you
he
froze.
was
Your internet froze. Oh, there you are.
slow mo.
Just talk.
What is happening here?
You're fine. I hear you. Do you not hear us?
Oh, God.
Do you? Hit us.
He's having some Bluetooth issues with his phones, I think. We hear him, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he hears us.
I hear you. Hold
what?
on.
We hear you. We hear you. We love you. Suck my dick. Put my balls in your mouth. Oh no, he got quiet.
And then
Something
he-
sexual torture.
He unplugged his mic or something.
I think the exact word you're looking
Something
for.
involving sexual torture a little bit.
Oh, shush.
Oh, there it is. We hear you. We hear him.
My. I thought JPK was gonna say something like that.
Anyway, what else did I want to talk about on it?
That's weird.
Well, okay, this is something I want to know. When was the most? I mean, I don't know if Nick can really. I mean, Nick might be able to. This is why I was hoping Jared would be here too, and Scott. But I guess Scott doesn't give two fucks about us. So I guess really, but what was the most stressful period of time on the show?
Oh boy.
Like what period? What arc of us was the most stressful?
Gosh, all the drama bullshit.
Yeah, but
too.
which
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Which one?
Oh boy.
And
Oh,
the Scott
boy.
drama didn't bother me. Scott does his own thing, and that's cool. It's like he wanted to. And I think you'd step back a little bit briefly before that, because I remember recording it, and you
Something again.
a bit.
I think there's a period of time, kind of during way before Scott,
yeah.
that like
on.
Dave and I were pretty contentious. I felt like
Hold
there
on.
was some contentious.
Yeah, I can't remember why.
I don't know why either, but there was some contentious. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone was trying to be me. Like everyone was trying to exert. Like everyone else was. Like I was giving everyone a chance to be a host, but then
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
felt like they were like. In my opinion, I don't know. This is my. It's like, hey guys, you guys want to do it? Yeah, sure, do it. But then I just felt like
Oh, yeah.
everyone was a professional at that point, and they could do it. And then anytime I tried to reel it back, I just felt like, okay, fuck,
Yeah,
what-
it's
what did
probably. I think you got burnt out for a little, and I took over just like because I had the equipment. I just like ended up like trying to host it for a bit, and I think that was where it was like.
And then
to
when I
be quite honest,
tried,
I didn't care if you took it back. I was like,
no,
Right.
but there
just
was
doing it,
some
like,
real.
yeah.
I get that, but there was definitely some episodes in there where you could taste the salt. You could
man.
like you could taste like that they were that everyone was jabbing me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm soft.
You're just an easy target.
I know I'm an easy target. 100% I'm an easy target. But here's the other fact that you can't rise above. If it wasn't for me, this wouldn't be happening at all. Like
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
here's the other thing. We could quit, and it's like if you guys wanted to keep going, hey, start your own podcast.
Mhm,
Are you
mhm.
guys gonna actually do that? That's up to you guys. But I don't
Yeah, I know.
really think that any of you would do that.
I wouldn't.
No.
I'm honest with myself. I'm like I wouldn't. I'm
No.
like,
So there's another part of me that the reason this is ending is like, I think I'm kind of slightly tired of just dragging you guys all along. I mean, not that I'm really dragging you. I think it's fun for us to
no,
get
at this
together.
point
and
we're
do-
not dragging. We're being
right.
dragged,
It's
but,
fun.
like,
We're hanging out and stuff. But like, you know, I noticed that Dave is
you're
less.
definitely the showrunner. So
But Dave is. I noticed that Dave is playing less and less. I know that Aaron doesn't play as much because he's got a family. I mean, Jared's the only one that really plays constantly.
I don't know
Nick's
how he
new,
does it, considering with his family. You know, it's like,
but you know, at a
Yeah.
certain point, I'm like, I would rather us all just. I'd rather us be spending this time in person, hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah. so
you
what you're
know.
saying is we're all turning into old farts.
I mean,
For want of
Kinda.
a better description, yeah. It's
but
like,
also,
Hold on.
I'm more interested in a better use of our time. Where like even as I get older, it's like where I felt like I could do this all the time. Like I'm getting older. I want to spend more private time by myself, and so the time I spend with my friends, I want it to be more meaningful, not just
Yeah.
sitting in front of a computer doing this. You know, like Dave and I this weekend, we drove fucking out to fucking Bend. And we did this thing for him for his rocket, and then we hit up some
400
breweries.
miles in a day.
400 miles in a day. It's
Jesus.
just like I want to do more of that kind of. I just want to do that kind of shit. And I get not
Right.
all of you guys can do that kind of stuff. I get it. Maybe it's just lunch out
Yeah.
you know, with Aaron out in Tualatin? Is that where you live?
Tualatin, yeah. Well, there's a pretty
you know-
good brewery out here, actually.
But that's what I'm
Couple.
saying. Like, let's let's just spend an hour and hang out over there and like just do that. Like, we don't need to do this anymore. You know, I
Right.
think I would rather be in person with everybody and hang out.
I
and,
get it.
You know, or if someone needs help, you know, you need to like hang a door in your house, Nick or Aaron or Jared or you know whatever. I don't know. It just
Or my car.
or your car.
Right.
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
that on a Sunday instead of this. I don't, you know.
I
like,
do agree.
Why am I hanging? I'm hanging out at my house after dinner until 9 to do this when I could be like,
Mhm.
well, let's just go to Nick's at 6 and drive out there and work on his car and then come home. You know. There's like,
And then
I
hit
don't
up the beer library afterward.
right. I don't know. This. It just
we
becomes.
we should totally have Jared just come round and do oil changes.
Yeah,
You know,
Jared.
between the rest
Jared's
of us.
oil change.
Yeah.
It's free. It
That's a
doesn't
new
cost
thing.
anything. He does a good job.
Yeah, it leaves
the-
a bit on the driveway, you know.
Yeah,
I
but
could
the,
use some
but the
oil.
cars,
Live
the
and
car,
learn.
the car will make it. You know, our
Yeah.
car made it the
It's
other
good
day.
for at least 400 miles.
Yeah,
so
exactly, Dave. Hey, Jared, you made it.
You did.
I did. It's been
Oh.
a day.
Well, everyone else has been circled in, so I'll circle it back to you. Just because you're here finally. 450th episode, a lot to celebrate. We've been doing this for a long time.
Woo!
What were your thoughts and your kind of what was circling your brain when I said that like I wanted to land the plane and end the show?
That's okay. I mean, as you were just recently saying, it'd be nice to get back in person and kind of miss just hanging out and playing games and grilling and stuff like that, versus just sitting on a podcast at a table somewhere or on the screen
There
like we have been doing. So yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to get together again. I miss that a lot.
Is there anything about the podcast idea concept that you will miss, like any of you will miss? Like we've been through this like idea of like the in-person stuff, but the idea of actually doing a weekly podcast about video games that any of you will miss.
I'll probably
Well,
play
I
less
mean,
video games, to be quite honest, because I probably played a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have played if I wasn't doing
Right.
this. You know,
Yeah, no doubt there, Dave.
like I mean, a lot of
you were
demos. and
assigned
that-
some stuff.
No, but I've also found some games I really enjoy. Like
Yeah.
Well, Jared,
Probably
you were
wouldn't
assigned
probably.
some stuff in this episode, so you'll
Oh, yeah?
you'll
Yeah.
enjoy listening
Oh,
to this
yeah.
episode back.
Oh, I got okay.
yeah. Yours is a food challenge.
Oh,
Yes.
Anyway, that's all
Oh
we have
my
to go.
my!
Yes, it is.
But no, Jared, like I would like I mean, you're my co-founder. We started this together. I was just curious if like and you are the one who still plays a lot of video games. Are there any regrets? Like, or not regrets, but like just kind of like what is it enough to make you start your own podcast or no?
No, I mean, because there's like there's less than almost no interaction with anybody other than my friends. So
Right.
because there is no community interaction or anything like that, it's like, yeah, what's the point? Like, I
Right.
don't care. I do it to hang out with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much at this point. In the early days, we got a handful of comments here and there, and we've Nick made some comments and got on the show, and
Yep.
that worked out. It's nice to see Nick more often. It's been a good way to connect and all that stuff. It doesn't mean we need to stop. Like, oh man, none of us have time to drive out somewhere. We can still hang out online tonight, drinking some beers together or whatever, chatting about what's going on.
Watching the F1
so-
race,
So yeah, we can and will still do all this kind of stuff. Just hopefully do it more in person. I mean, I don't know anybody that will miss this. If any of our friends listen to it or not. But
Maybe a country in South
I mean,
America.
Yeah, I don't
if you
know.
do, just reach out in our Discord or just message one of
no
us.
one's good. No one's ever been good at reaching out. I mean,
No.
our that's like I said, like our listenership count has been slowly just like blah 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 blah. So one of the main here's another thing that's happening. So while the Couch Co-op Show podcast is going away,
Yeah.
which is basically the audio idea concept, is going away. The Couch Co-op Show is still going to live on in a different form, in some random videos and content of all of us having fun, doing random shit when we do random things together. So, like, there'll still be beer videos. There'll still be some talk about video games. There's going to be an episode coming up about a fucking rocket, that was a super fun thing. There's still content, because like YouTube seems to be the thing that people still love to watch. People still watch our fucking YouTube channel, but
And
no
they
one
watch
gives.
random stuff.
Yeah, they watch the most random shit. And so I'm just gonna make some random shit with my friends, and we'll put it out on YouTube only.
Yeah.
But the podcast shit is just like no one really cares anymore. No one fucking hits
well,
up.
since we started, there's like 40 bajillion more podcasts to cycle through before
exactly.
they can even find us.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Like once COVID hit, we talked about how the celebrities created, and then like the multiple, and it just created this whole, and we just got pushed out of that.
I mean,
Yeah.
but speaking as a podcast listener, I just don't listen to as many podcasts.
Exactly, that
as
too.
I used to.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I got so like I'm just done. I don't want it. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to listen to any of this shit. But people on YouTube like to watch random things.
Yep.
Uh-huh. This is true.
It's not a podcast.
Just
It's a
start
random
throwing
thing.
Some shorts out there, yeah.
So we talk about cars, we talk about beers, we talk about some video games, we talk about rockets, we talk about fucking, whatever. Just random shit. There's going to be this cool episode that we do when we go out to fucking Boise, Idaho with the three of us and the Couch Co-op, 500 episode. That's going to be fun too. That is what we're moving into this weird, random, just like, I don't know. Enjoying life. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have friends? Do you have cool friends? I have cool friends. My cool friends, we do this kind of shit. This is what we do. I hope. And if you don't have cool friends, watch my cool friends, and I hope you can get some cool friends too. I mean, that's kind of what it's going to be about, because that's basically what my YouTube channel is going to turn into. Just how awesome my friends are and the cool shit we do together. And that's just basically what it's going to be. That's what I've decided that I want to do. I want to showcase, but I don't want to just hang out Sunday night and talk about video games and everyone's kind of into it, kind of not into it, kind of so let's free up this night. If we need, if we need to hang out, we'll hang out, but no one's gonna be recording shit, and
Right.
I know. Nick and I, we've had conversations about how maybe he's overshared some content on these nights. Like maybe he's drank too much and he overshared too much. We don't want to do that on these shows. This will just be those nights where he can overshare all he wants, and it won't show up on an episode of the Couch Co-op Show or some shit. Or he's passed out drunk and we're all like making fun of him as we talk. Like we all.
I mean, that can be fun.
That's a fun gift.
That can be fun too. But there's just a level of like, I think it's. I mean, we've done. I mean, honestly though, guys, it's awesome. We did a lot. I mean, we've done 450 episodes.
It's been fun.
Technically more than that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is awesome.
Thank you, Ian and Jared.
It's been a good
It wouldn't
time.
be without you guys.
And we're gonna go
Right.
to 500, and we're gonna have a good time getting there. We have one more year of fun, just bullshit video game shit. Dave, you have to play video games for a little while longer.
That's already.
Actually, later this month shouldn't be a problem because Death Stranding 2. I'm definitely
yes.
in on that one.
But
So.
after the podcast is over, Dave, I'll take your PS5.
May as well. I don't
I could
switch
use
it
the
on
second
very
one.
much.
I need a permanent one for my garage, so I don't have to move it back and forth.
Oh, that was
boy.
what the portable thing was for.
Yeah,
I thought that's what it's for.
But my internet,
When his kids are not playing
we've had
something
this
else on it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forget you've got the shitty internet because you're not wired up here.
Yeah,
well, he
no,
can only
I know.
use it though if no one's using his PlayStation. So if his kids are using his
Unless,
PlayStation 5, he
yeah,
can't
true.
use it. It's only
Unless
you can
I
cloud
have like
stream
ultra premium
it.
and
Yeah,
cloud
you can
stream.
cloud stream it.
$400 bajillion per year.
Look at this is only supposed to be an episode about playing like us talking, and we're still talking about video games. Look at that.
Yeah,
In a sense.
What?
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm a bad influence.
Jared, I asked these guys, but how about you? Like, what are some of your fondest memories?
Oof.
Or what is or what? Actually, I don't want to know.
Or
your
worst
fondest-
memories.
I don't want to know your fondest memories. What was the worst period of time in the couch co-op show? Like, what period
Oh,
of time was the
man.
worst?
I think just the dick battle when you guys were kind of fighting over who's the host.
See?
Oh yes.
See,
Oh,
Dave
yes.
was like, I don't quite remember this, but like there was that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some sword fighting over that.
I knew Jared would.
See-
Jared would pull that out.
See, my work.
I mean, what you don't
Pull it
remember.
out.
I must have drank
Yeah.
too much beer.
There was
So-
a period
No,
of time
but-
where Dave was like really saucy, and he would get really saucy. Anyway,
But it was fun when Dave was host.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
fun
sure.
switching it up. We all did our rounds of hosting, and for better or worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I had no
think
problem with
it
that. But
was
everyone
still
was
fun.
pretty much anytime you guys would host, everyone was just a dick to me though. This is like, what did I get this for?
It's entertainment value.
I guess so.
So,
That's fine.
I think
That's
We got to
fine.
kick you while you're down, Ian.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
think-
I know.
I think the worst time was honestly like towards the end when we had like I don't know. It's just a toss up. I mean, we at one point we just had people wanting to be strict about what we talked about. Well, not
Yeah.
strict, but like just like
strict
if you
rule
were here by a certain time, you're
implementations.
booted out of the show. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's not what the show's about. That's not the gaming community. That's not our structure.
That's
Show
the
up when you can,
whole.
baby.
That was the
Shit.
whole JPK.
That was the worst time.
There's a whole for Aaron. I can see that. Why
Yeah,
I can agree
absolutely.
that was an awful dark cloud.
Yeah,
And,
that's probably the worst time.
I actually thank Nick for that. Like I remember after all that washed over, Nick and I had a conversation like late night, just after a show. He and I were just drinking and talking. And it's like, have you talked to John lately? And it's like, no, I haven't heard him forever because of all that shit. It's like, and he goes, I never understood all that shit about Aaron. Like I always thought it was funny he showed up late. And it's like, right? I don't get it either. And that's
It's like
just
a
kind of
whack-a-mole.
that was just kind of the thing where it's like, someone felt a certain way, got me to believe it, and then I
got out of control.
and then it got out of control. Like I got
That
everyone
was
else-
honestly
And then after it was all over, it's like, why are we doing this? And then I reversed the decision, and then that person got extremely upset and left. And it's just like, that's really weird,
If
right?
it tells you anything, I told my 14-year-old about what was going on, and they were just like, "Wow, you guys sound like you're
Yeah.
in high school."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
That's
what-
exactly when Nick said what he said about that. It instantly just said like, right?
Yeah.
Wait a
Like
minute.
why were we being so catty about that?
Yeah.
And then that instantly just like made me feel better about the fact that but that being honest, this is the 450th episode. I did reach out to him saying, hey, if you want to be on the show and like air any of those grievances, we're here for it, but I haven't heard from him. So, because like I don't want to be, I don't want to harbor a grudge or any of that stuff. But
Right.
I just
Yeah, it's not healthy.
he said he was going to leave.
I don't
he-
bear
he-
really any ill will, good
Well,
luck
I
to him.
do. Ultimately, I mean,
You
like,
might, but
I'm just going to hold a grudge.
It's hard to dismiss.
Yeah, I know. I'm not holding a grudge, but it's hard to dismiss. Like, it's like, I don't really want to hang out with that person. Like, he hasn't, it's a weird thing. It's just like, he said he left the show, but he wasn't going to stop being our friends.
No.
But he stopped being all our friends. So I was
It's
just kind of-
rather ironic.
So that's one
Anyway.
drama. There was the Scott drama.
I was a
and
little
I
bitter
think
about that
I-
one, to be honest, but it wasn't as bad.
I think the
'Cause
Scott.
he's-
I think the Scott thing, I made up with Scott. I told Scott I feel bad. Like, I think Scott exists
good.
in a different world than I do.
Mhm.
He just likes to be busy and do stuff.
Yep.
He doesn't mean to step on your feet, but he does. And I think if you just
Mhm.
said, hey, step back, he'd be fine with that. But
he's
Yeah.
just got a lot going on, hasn't he? It's
he
like-
has got a lot going on, but he
busy
doesn't really,
dude.
but he also doesn't really think about he doesn't really think about you as he kind of exists. He just does his thing.
Yep.
He just does his own thing. And I think I wasn't really prepared for that level of it. I mean, let's be honest. He's like, hey, you want to be on the show? He's like, yeah, I'll come guest on the show. And then we were hanging out playing video games. He's like, hey, yeah, you can come hang out and play, because we were still doing video games in person. It's like, yeah, you can come to video games
Right.
night whenever you want, And then he just started showing up all the time to game night to be on the
Yep.
podcast. But to be on the
And then you
podcast,
leave.
not necessarily to play video games. So it's like, okay. So like there was
Yeah.
a little bit of a, and then some stuff
Yeah.
went down and whatever. So there's always been these weird drama moments in the podcast,
Yeah, I don't think you can do 450 episodes without some drama.
right?
Yeah,
Nope,
absolutely.
You can't. I don't think it's possible.
So, I kind of I think I kind of ghosted Scott. And then I felt bad about it and I apologized and then I brought him back in. Like, fuck it.
So that's the
Yeah,
thing. That was more of a hiccup, I felt like.
Scott didn't do anything wrong. He was just being Scott.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
being weird and insecure about it. And then but these are all like chapters of the Couch
Yeah.
Co-op show history,
There's a
It's kinda-
Destiny chapter.
But now we got the big five here, and it works pretty well between us five.
It's
I
like
think,
4.5.
we're-
I mean, we get Scott every once in a while. He pops in, he pops out.
Yeah.
He pops in, he pops out.
Well, I mean, us current five.
But yes, our current 5. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Jared, you shouldn't be here, according to the JPK.
I know I wasn't supposed to be here.
According to JPK,
I know,
rules,
None of us-
we should have
Yeah.
locked the channel, and you shouldn't have been on.
Yeah.
Oh
I
boy.
would have been knocking on the door. Guys, where are you? Let me in. Help.
Helpa.
What would you guys like to do?
Uh,
Like, we have 50 episodes as we march into this next. I mean, a year from now. So like that means next summer around this time we'll be done. We'll be wrapping it up. But like, are there any kind of like fun, crazy ideas you would like to do as episodes that you've been too ashamed or too embarrassed to ask, but you would like to try to do? Because I would like to make them happen. Whatever those
I-
crazy ideas are, I would like to make them
I
happen.
think we need to get the rest of the guys to play one of those games that you and I have played. Like you sent me one or two of them. Remember that game? I can't remember what it was called, but it was so funny. But I think we should,
Dave wants us to do a porno episode.
Oh God, no.
Oh yeah, you had me play one. of
No,
those
Jared
games.
played it.
I think we talked about it on the episode.
I got a better one. I got a better one.
Yeah.
a better game than
yeah.
that, or like
Yeah,
same
oh,
theme.
yeah. Same theme, but better. Way better graphics. Way more inappropriate.
Huh.
I have it on my computer. I can share it with everybody. If everyone,
I think we need to do the we play Ian's what do we call it? Skyrim.
Oh well, I'd have to create a new Skyrim. That's
Oh boy.
Like,
Man,
I,
we'd have to all download a whole bunch of mods or go to.
well, maybe
Ian's
we
and
should
play
just
it.
all go around to Ian's and he
We'd
can
have to go to
put it
my
in
house and
put it
Well,
in
I'd
a
have-
closet,
I'd have to
and
do
we just
it.
go in for half an hour
I'd have
and
to-
experience
I'd have
it,
to
and
go-
then we
I'd
need
have
the
to-
rest of the day to recover.
That's a lot of work. I'd have to create it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
thought
so
you had
one
this-
is this. Dave wants to do a sex game. Okay,
I'll do Ian's.
that's
Skyrim sex
Dave's
game.
that's Dave's recommendation. Jared, do you have one?
No.
You have nothing you would want to do. No concept. No.
No.
I'll
Jared
say
just-
one for Jared then. The
That's
one
why
we already
Jared has always
mentioned.
been the
Yeah.
greatest of co-founders.
Yeah, I'm not an ideas guy.
I lack innovation
I always
person.
make it hard.
I just
Yeah.
want to say for Jared's then maybe we should all do Destiny raid.
Oh,
Oh.
we all okay. So
Uh-huh.
Dave did
OG
say mention that.
Destiny
So we
raid,
all
yeah.
go. We all like reinstall OG Destiny and do a raid together.
It could be an episode about how none of us had time, or we all were on at different times trying to play the same game, but still couldn't play.
It's like every single game time. I swear to God.
Yeah, it can be an episode about how challenging it is because all of our lives are vastly different to play together.
yeah,
You know,
man.
it's just normal human episode. Like this is stuff that happens. And
Normal
you
life
can't
episode.
always make it happen, especially as you're growing up with kids and all that stuff.
No.
So that could be a concept on maybe gaming as a parent or
Oh
gaming
man.
as an
That'd be-
adult.
How about you, Nick? What do you got? You have any like just top level ideas for the crew?
I've actually just for whatever reason I just started thinking of this one. Kind of harkens back to what somebody just mentioned about Skyrim, and I know we just did the Fallout 3 one.
Well, the Fallout
but,
3 one was really popular on YouTube. So I mean,
Well, first of all, does everybody have access to a PC? Because this only works if everybody has.
Yeah.
Aaron maybe.
So
On my laptop, I mean,
yeah, your laptop should work.
Yeah, laptops.
We're all playing Diablo 2.
So-
Should work fine.
Yeah.
oh boy.
no, I was going to say New Vegas, but we kind of pull names out of a hat, and somebody else gets to pick all the mods that you have to
Oh.
download for your
Oh, man.
playthrough.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy.
Mm.
I see tentacles coming out of floors.
hmm
How about you, Aaron? What do you got? You got any top
Well-
level ideas?
Oh man. Well, it kind of. So I remember a while back we did an episode where we talked about games that like. I don't remember. I had it. Okay, a game that we would never play in a million years. Like, you know, like the game that like we talk about it. Someone groans about it, like, why is he talking about this game? I think the person that had to groan about it should have to play that game and be like, oh man, this is why I groaned about it. Or, why did I bitch about this game?
Oh, so a game that we groaned about, we'd have to play, and then the people either like it or just really just fucking hate it.
Yes. Like, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to beat it. You don't have to beat it. You just play like a couple hours, maybe 3 hours worth of it, and actually
Sure,
play
sure.
it. You don't, because that way you don't have to. Unless you want to play longer, then go ahead, beat the fucking game if you want to.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a
like,
fun
oh,
one.
yeah,
That's
but
a
you-
fun one.
I thought we
Wait,
just
wait,
did
wait,
that
wait,
episode. It was
especially-
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't
Pretty
finish.
close.
I
Pretty
already
close.
deleted it.
True.
So my hope, and we've talked about it, and this would require all of us to hang out at my house for like a day, actually a couple days, and then do an
Weekend.
episode. We would do an episode later off of it, and then I would probably record content. But I still really want to do a Gran
Hey, can we do
Turismo
like a
24-hour racing stream, like where
Oh, man.
where we stay up all night, all day, and we switch drivers. So like we play a 24-hour race, and we divvy up the stints. So like maybe
Man.
I start, try and get us ahead, and then we switch out to Jared and Dave, and then Jared does like a couple hour stint, then Dave does a couple hour stint, then Nick does a couple hour stint, then Aaron does a couple hour stint, and then I do a couple hours. You know, we do that, and it doesn't matter if we win or not. We just need to complete the 24-hour run of the endurance race as a team, as the Couch Co-op team, and then that episode, just like how awful it was, how sleep deprived.
Do you need this
The
to get the
human
platinum?
moments.
Is that what's going on?
No platinum, no nothing. I don't think. Actually, the only one that still has a legitimate 24-hour race is a PS2 version.
3?
Is the PS2 version that has no trophies at all. So I'm just saying, I think that would be one of the funnest things to do. Also awful, because I know that I know
Because
some
it
of you.
would
I know
crash
some of
at
you guys.
23
I know some of you
hours.
guys' focus sucks, and like your stints will probably suck. But I would just really love to do a 24-hour endurance race in Gran Turismo with all you boys. I think that'd be awesome. So that's my top level wish for one of the episodes. Anyway,
Man, that just sounds miserable.
it does sound miserable, doesn't it? But I think it'd
It
be
does.
fun.
But
Sounds like we're bringing tents and pitching them in Ian's backyard.
I think we just get cracked
Oh,
up.
man.
You could do shrooms, Dave. You wouldn't even know. You just drive.
It'd just be like,
oh man, shrooms.
Then he'd
man,
wake
what
up and
just
be like, "Where are we?
Where are we? Why has Dave been driving backwards the entire time?
yeah.
yeah.
Why does he keep talking about fighting a dragon? I don't understand. A pink dragon.
There's no dragons.
Not the point.
Anyway, I think that'd be fun, but I get it. Not everyone feels. See, we all have different levels of fun. I get it, but
Do you have a wheel for your PS2?
I think
Oh gosh.
I
yeah, that'd
think
be
the
miserable on
PS3
the
one that you
controller.
have might
That'd be the
work
tough one,
on the
yeah.
PS2. Actually, it might
Yeah, you
be that
still
one.
have
Oh.
it, right?
Yeah, I still have that one. That one might still work with.
Oh,
the
so it'd be
PS2.
24 hours on the PS2. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. That's not crazy.
Hey, yeah. It
PS2
doesn't have
probably
to keep loading each lap.
and I had the PS2 upgrade. I mean, we wouldn't play it this way because I think it's too interlaced. But I do have the upgrade for the HD 1080p or 1080i version. But,
Oh man.
That's not the one where you can have multiple screens, so it's just a single
No,
screen.
that's the PS3 version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That was cool.
I remember that.
It's better if it's
Yeah.
the PS2 version. That's more legit. We might actually win with all the hiccups and slowdown.
Yeah.
Watch it crash at 23 hours and a half, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the last minute. How could you?
overheat.
No.
You guys are
And knowing
not,
Mullet could be my
you
shift.
guys are not really helping this dream along.
No, that
Oh
was
no,
a
then we
part
just
of
got
the
another
saga.
PS2 and
right
start
there.
over.
No, I know exactly what you do. You get the wheel, you put it in the Nugget, the gambler car, you plonk a CRT on the hood,
Yeah,
we could do
yeah.
that.
put the
Totally.
pedals in the
We could all
passenger
be
seat
out.
and the
We could all
wheel.
be.
Oh.
We could all be in the. We could all be in the garage if you guys wanted to freeze to death
That'd
out
be-
there,
that could
or
be- huh.
sweat, freeze or sweat,
Yeah,
depending on the
yeah.
Well,
time of
that
year.
would make it more realistic for a 24-hour,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
A
Mhm.
race
Sure.
car for 24
Freeze, then
hours. Yeah,
sweat.
you're gonna be
Sweat, then
overheating.
freeze.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to do a quick change.
Mhm.
yeah.
Jared could give handies while we're driving. It'd be great.
Oh,
Oh.
baby.
You'd have a couple
These
of them.
sandpaper hands would tear them right up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You'd have a cup holder as well. You'd be good to go.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, the show has been quite the experience over the when did we 2014. So it's like 11 years we've been doing this fucking. And I've
2014. Yeah.
2014,
I thought
right?
it was earlier than that. My daughter was born in 13. Weren't we doing it like right?
Was it 13?
Well, November of 13. So
Wow.
Maybe.
I thought it was a little
Oh.
before that.
Maybe.
I mean, a quarter of my life.
Okay, I'm
Right.
I'm rounding up and over
Yeah,
and
yeah. Okay.
you know.
Yeah. I
Sure.
mean, it's close. Yeah, maybe we started after she was born.
The podcast happened started in February of, I thought, 2014. The show
Yeah,
started
that's
in
a
maybe
few months after she was born. Then, yeah.
So then the show version started earlier.
Yeah, that's when we lived 3 houses away from each other.
Like a
Mhm.
block
Yeah,
and
you
a
both
half.
lived in
Yeah.
Vancouver on that block. Yeah.
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 Yeah. But it's been quite the haul. Quite the.
Mhm.
I wouldn't change any of it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
been
it's
super
something
cool.
I always look forward to every week. Sunday
Mhm.
comes and I always have to remind my wife, "Hey, don't forget I'm recording tonight." She still doesn't.
Oh, you too?
It's just
Yep.
disappears out of memory until the next week. Oh, crap!
We did meet Tony Death.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That was fun.
And
I
his
kind of-
wife.
We got to see his
I
wife's
was there
titties.
for part of that. Yeah,
Oh.
I think I was looking away when that happened.
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
It
I
was
knew
a
it
lot.
happened. I
You
was
wouldn't have missed
I was
it,
looking back
because it was
like,
a
what?
lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of titties. A lot of
Ah,
there's a lot of
funny.
titties.
Okay.
You could. I had to cut it out of the episode though. I was
Yeah.
just like,
Oh.
okay. But yeah, if you were there that night, you got an eyeful.
That's
you,
funny.
you got a black eye.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, indeed.
Got punched
Dang.
in the face.
I think I was. Oh,
That's for
I
you,
don't
Tony.
remember
Death.
Yep.
Well,
that. Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't want it to be solemn. It's kind of solemn. But
It'll
we
be a
have
fun 50.
we got a 50 episode march to the end. We're gonna land that plane,
50.
and then we're just gonna walk away like professional. I like the fact that I like the idea that we're calling it ourselves. We're in
Mhm.
control of it.
Yep.
Jared's not
So-
gonna go get shot in the head, and we're gonna mourn his death and be like, I think we have to stop doing the show, because Jared
Right.
got shot in the head, that kind
Oh.
of stuff.
Poor Jared.
Rob that
We will
liquor
miss
from
him.
I know.
We'll be able to create our own drama for 50 episodes.
I mean,
Our job.
Do a murder mystery episode.
we're nothing but drama.
Oy vey.
I mean, I've listened to a lot of podcasts. If you listen to any long podcasts, there's nothing but drama, and I'm glad we've had a little bit of drama, but I'm glad it hasn't separated the core group ultimately.
Life is drama. Yeah.
Yeah, but it hasn't really
It's all
separated
learning
us.
experiences.
That's
You
very
know.
true.
You got to learn from mistakes and learn from challenges. I mean, if you don't have a life with challenge in it, you're not learning much.
Right.
You gotta go through life. It's important. It can't be always perfect.
Just like video games.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just
I just beat a
like-
really hard one today.
Right. I understand. Ugh.
If you guys, okay, one last question. If you had to put something on your tombstone that was related to the Couch Co-op show, what would it be?
Huh.
Let's think.
Poke
Be
Tatheon
excellent
once
to
too many
everybody.
times.
Not docking?
Yeah.
Here's what I put on mine.
Something involving sexual torture a little bit.
I think I
Yeah,
have
baby.
to.
Yeah, baby.
I think I'd have to.
I mean,
My
that's
daughter
why
would
you died.
understand.
That's why
Cause
you
of
died
death,
anyway.
something evil.
Jared, you got something?
How about the closing of the show?
Oh, be excellent to
Yeah.
each other?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I
going to be
think I'm gonna
mine.
put on that. Well, I'm sure it's not exclusive.
Yeah.
How about you, Nick?
Beer responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Absolutely.
There we
Totally.
go. That's a good one. That's
Maybe
good.
I would just put maybe I do the Hello Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the
Yeah.
Couch Co-op show.
But
Dot,
how
dot,
many
dot,
of us
dot.
are actually going to have a tombstone?
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna be
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no.
That's why this
Sure.
was a hypothetical.
I turn myself into
Very
a
hypothetical.
get myself mulch to be a tree.
Yeah.
But Aaron is going to be launched into space, so they might actually say
Yeah.
something about sexual space torture, and then
100%.
launches Ashes into space.
We'll just launch him. I'll launch you into space with a harness or something. you
yeah,
know.
right.
Oh, I already have a
Or like a ball gag.
I already have a plan. Well, I already have a plan.
You were going to say.
I already have a ball
Dave,
gag.
we could,
So,
Dave, you
hold
could make a
on.
rocket and
I
call
have
it the
a plan.
Normandy and
I'm gonna
launch
do
him
a tree.
up. Launch his
So he's-
ashes up.
So is Aaron going to be interstellar?
Oh,
Interstellar.
oh,
Maybe.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
like it.
Who's the fool
good,
that's the
mate.
last one around that has to see through all these like funeral bullshit, like has to deal with all that? Like which one of us has to deal with the fact that we have to launch Aaron into space with a ball gag and sexual space torture?
Well, maybe I'll do it myself. You never know.
Aaron's gonna be the last one.
That's part of the sexual space
Do it
torture.
myself.
He gets
Do it
launched
myself.
into
Aaron will
space
have
in
to
the
figure all
ball
this
gag.
out, man.
And if you guys can do it right, I'll do it myself.
He's gonna outlast all of us.
He's got a fucking like slingshot
He
that's
gets
made out of
made
a
into
ball
a ball
gag.
gag.
He's just like,
Oh boy. Well, I mean, like I said, do it right, do it myself.
all right. I don't know.
We'll never know. Who knows?
We will never know. All right. Well, I mean, we've been bullshitting for long enough, I think. This has been the 450th episode. It's a celebration. Hey, congratulations to all you guys. We've been doing this podcast for so fucking long. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We've
Cheers.
done a lot of
You know,
content. Many,
awesome.
many
We've done a
hours
lot of
above
cool
our
stuff.
voices.
I love all you guys. It's been a lot of fun. And we got
See you
50
for the
we got
next
50
50.
more. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it
Yay!
for another year. And then
That's right.
we're not going to stop doing it. We're just going to be doing it differently. So,
Mhm.
you know.
Yep.
It'll be
Whatever.
you know, I'm starting to make these randomly weird episodes of us doing stuff together, and that's kind of what, you know, it's basically us fucking around. And that's the kind of stuff I would rather like, oh, let's talk
Right.
about Marathon and how boring it is. It's like, who cares? You know, I mean, I don't want to say that that's how the next 50 episodes are going to be, because they're going to be awesome and very entertaining. You guys should all listen to them, who are ever listening to us. But
Yep.
I just like the idea that we're going to get together and we're just going to fuck about. And, you know, I'm really excited. Like our trip, Dave and Jared, and, you know, we're going to
Yeah.
Idaho. That's going to be a fun video. We're just going to fuck about.
Yep.
All of us are going to go to, at the end of August, we're going to go out to Hood River and drink a bunch of brewery shit and just get fucked up and have a good time. That's going to be a fun video. There's a lot of cool content that's going to come continually, but that's the different content that we're going to keep doing versus the couch co-op, you know, where it used to be just video games, it's becoming just a collection of fools on a
Life.
couch. Yeah, life.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you still got us for a year. You still got this podcast for a year. We'll still be creating content. It'll be fun. And we would really appreciate it if you are listeners. There are listeners out there that still listen to us. We still have about 25, 30 people that listen to us on the podcast platform. Maybe that's just you guys because you're subscribed to us. I don't know. But there are still people that do subscribe to us and still listen to us.
Cool.
Maybe that's just the fact that you guys haven't unsubscribed on your iTunes or whatever, and you just download us every week and you just don't listen. But if you do listen, we are urging you to like reach out. We would love to give you a shout out. You want to, you know, we would love to talk to you. You know, maybe even get you, if you're a listener that's been on the show and you've been ashamed or shy, you've been ashamed to listen to us. I get it. But if you're shy, let us know. You know, we'd love to have you actually on the show. We would go, you know, or even if I just need to do like a one-on-one interview with you and have it, you know, put it in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah.
got 50 episodes.
We have 50
what
episodes
should
to
we,
make-
what should we do for you?
Make
I mean,
some
that's
dreams
whatever.
come true. Make some content happen. We're not below anything here. You know,
Yep.
we will punch you in the nuts or someone in the nuts. to make entertainment. The Couch Co-op Show promise.
Right.
No, Rochambeau's here.
Well, not yet.
We're not going to turn into Jackass here.
Right.
I mean,
Or South Park.
the podcast isn't, but the show definitely is. Clearly you didn't. Anyway. Yeah. So as we just kind of close out, I want to say thank you to all my boys here for, doing this, sticking with me for so long. I'm surprised that sometimes I'm actually surprised that we actually lasted this long.
Mhm. Right.
It's
It's
kind of
been a ride.
surprising. It's been a ride.
Yep.
But we got another
Couch
year.
Co-op.
Got another year, and it'll be fun. And I want to thank Jared, Dave, Nick, Aaron,
Woo.
and all the
Yeah.
other people that have been on the Couch Co-op show. The past
lot of
450
people.
episodes. A lot of people. A lot of people.
That's right.
A lot of
Especially
friends of the show.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For being friends, for being here on the couch. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Couch Co-op is full of
Wild
douchebags.
Stallions.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.